What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin, excited to be here. What up, everybody in the chat? Seeing you guys going back and forth in there. Love seeing you guys here every single night. You already know the drill. Hit the like button if you haven't done that already. Hit the subscribe button on both channels if you haven't done that already. And as you know, super chats are open. Got another big time show, man. I don't know that I've ever interviewed two 5 stars back to back. Certain recruiting sites have different rankings places, but in my eyes, this gentleman here, best offensive tackle in the class, going to be joining us, dive into his story. He's committed to the Buckeyes right now. So show him some love, chat. Got any questions for him? Put them in the chat. I will ask them if I can. But let's dive into this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Greer. Sam, what's up, brother?
Not much.
Well, big time, literally big time football player, 6'7". What, are you really 6'7", 320 pounds already?
Yeah, I'm probably closer to 330.
That's wild, man. I can't even. I've been next to some 6'4" people, and they tower over me, so I can only imagine, bro. But obviously, you're committed to the Buckeyes, your high school team on an absolute roll right now, #1 seed. But this journey had to start somewhere, Sam. So tell us about it, bro. How did you get started in the football? You had family members that play. That's how you got into it. So how did you get started, and when did you get started playing football?
Yeah, I mean, I started football, tackle football in second grade. Um, my hometown lake, they have like a community, I guess, like football team. So I started with the Jets. Watching my brother. I got a brother that's a couple years older than me, so just watching him play growing up. Always being a Buckeye fan, watching them on the weekends. So I started tackling in second grade, and been going ever since.
Yeah. That's awful early, man. I don't know that. Did you say tackle in second
That
grade?
second grade.
What? Dude, I've never heard that before. That's wild. I know you're a big time basketball player too. That was my sport. So was it always football, basketball, football, basketball? Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I started basketball a little earlier though. I think I started in kindergarten playing basketball.
Always running around, bro. No wonder you ended up one of the best in the nation, man. Always staying active. I love it, man. Well, that's cool to hear. Obviously, you're to a point now where your offensive tackle on the #1 seeded team in Ohio right now. You're going into the quarterfinals. Tell us about your high school career, your freshman year. How'd you get started? Where'd you play? Did you start? Give us a little insight on your high school football career.
Yeah, so like hoping, it's not my hometown school. Kind of decided to go there because my brother went there. And I realized that'd be the best opportunity for me to be able to go play college football. So I started there freshman year. Started on freshman. I was working my way up into dressing varsity, getting in games and stuff. I ended up having kind of like a kind of back injury, kind of not. It's kind of just like me growing maybe a little too fast. So that sidelined me for a little bit. So sophomore year come around, I was looking to, dominate pretty much.
Yeah.
So then first 2 day, I ended up breaking my leg pretty bad. So had to miss like the whole regular season. I ended up coming back uh, first playoff game, and then started then there all the way up until the state championship, which we ended up losing last play of the game. It was a rough one,
Yep.
but yeah, I've been starting ever since.
Yeah, I've followed you. I've been following your career since then. And when you heard you break your leg, I was like, dang, man, because I was excited to watch you that year after hearing about you and stuff like that. But here you are, man. You pushed through it, man, grinded it out, back into playoffs again, redemption time, man. I love it. But obviously, a lot of sports. You say you got siblings that play too. So I can only imagine your parents running around everywhere all the time. And I've interviewed a lot of big time recruits like yourself, a lot of Ohio players on the team right now. And I'm sure other teams are like this, but I only notice it with Ohio State because obviously I'm all Buckeyes. That's it. But there's a pattern, man. And all these like successful recruits that I interview, there's a similarity, and that's their support group, right? I always hear about the good support group they have behind them, their parents, their how they were raised, their coaches, things like that. So give us a little insight there, man. Who's in your circle, right? Who do you listen to when they talk? Because I'm sure now with as big as a football player, big a recruit as you are, you probably got 9 million people reaching out, offering this, asking this, all kinds. So you got to keep that circle tight, man. Who's in that circle for you?
Yeah, it starts with my parents. I'm blessed with two amazing, hardworking parents. So growing up with them, they're just great role models. So it starts with them. And then, yeah, I have an older brother who, he's been supporting me, my whole life. So, tough love, but he's really helped me. He's been there for me. And then I've been blessed with amazing coaches, basketball and football. They both helped, mold me into the person I am now.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Dude, in today's world, especially in college football, man, you got to do that because people be popping out of the woodworks when money starts getting involved in things. So keep that circle close, man. Obviously, you're surrounding yourself with the right people, man. You're the number 18 player in the nation. That's saying something. But obviously, that took a lot of work, a lot of diligence. Tell us about that a little bit, about you as a player. What are you looking to develop and how are you doing that? Obviously, you're in the midst of the playoffs, so that's what you're focused on. But prior to this, in the off season, are you just hey, follow your high school team, train with your high school team? Are you doing things on the side as well? I know you are, but I give people a little insight as to some of the training. And do you train with any other Buckeyes, future Buckeyes?
Yeah, so I try getting in as much work as I can because I know how much one year can make a difference. Like if I'm working this hard for 1 year, I'm gonna get so much better. So I train up at T3. I work out with Max Riley, like once a week, all this stuff. And that's great work up there. But after for football, like at my high school, I'm always there. I bought a weighted sled and some other good tools to help me just stay in shape and work on my craft.
Bro, that weighted sled, man. I used to do that CrossFit stuff. Like I got big into it.
Yeah,
Dude, that thing will that'll ruin your week, man, especially the first couple times you do it. I did not know I could be sore in those places, but you can be. The
yeah.
the weighted sled will bring it out for sure. Bro, I got a listener, man. He's always asking good questions. Charles, shout out to you, man. Who's the biggest influence for you in this sport? What player or person have you looked up to in the football realm?
Um, like recently, I've loved Joe Walt. Just watching him play. I've had
Yeah.
people compare me, to him. So watching him, the way he plays. Trent Williams, another guy. Just that's a
Yeah,
me.
dude's a dog.
So yeah, watching him play, that's also cool.
Yeah, they're just some pretty good guys to look up to, man. Obviously, like I said earlier, I watched your right when these recruiting rankings come. I'm not a big recruiting rankings guy. People who watch my show, I'll save the spiel for another day, but I say it all the time. Not a fan of what they do, but they do get some right. And to watch the progress of your career, watching you show up to a couple camps, and obviously in those camp settings, man, I am well aware that the offensive tackle, like when they do those drills with the defensive end, it's not really fair. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you're never going to be one on one with the defensive end like that. They're never going to be able to take a big loop on the inside or outside. Like it's not fair.
mm,
Yet you were still able to just absolutely lock people down. And after that camp, you absolutely exploded. But prior to that, man, was there a time in your career when either you made the decision or somebody in your family said something to you or you realized, hey, I might have a future in this thing called football. Like this is going to take me somewhere. It's time for me to dig in, time for me to really focus on this because I can make something out of this.
yeah. That moment was definitely in between my sophomore and junior year when I really realized, like, this sport can take me places. And it was really after my injury where I was like, I was super bummed down. I was wondering if I was gonna be able to play again. I went through months and months of rehab. So that right there, that work I put in was like very meaningful to me. Um, and then I just want to like make myself the best version of myself. And I felt like rehab like really just like made me kind of a different person. So yeah, it's that moment.
Yeah. That's really cool, man. I've always wondered. I was never a I played all kind of sports growing up. Basketball was my main sport, and I had a couple injuries. But like I said, it was never at the status that you're at. But at the age you're at, man, what was that like? Right, to
Yeah.
have an injury like that. What was going through your head, and more importantly, how did you overcome that and get where you are? Like, what were some things? Because Sam, one of the main reasons I do these interviews is, Jesus saved my life about 10 years ago, like radically, and I love spreading good messages, hope, and I hope other recruits can watch interviews like this and take something from it, maybe younger kids, and see, hey, man, if Sam can do it, I can do it, right? So speak to those people a little bit, man. When you have an injury like that, how do you overcome that, bro? Because that's deep, especially at that age, man.
So I mean, it was pretty crazy. I couldn't believe it. Like it was, we just got into 2 days. It was the first practice of the morning. We're an inside run, and a play happens. I'm blocking the linebacker downfield, and like the someone makes the play behind me, and they roll up on me. And yeah, I'm going to get up. I go to put my foot down, and my ankle's bent the complete wrong way. And
Oh, dude.
I just started freaking out because I'm like, there's no way this just happened to me. I couldn't believe it. And then I got taken off the field, training room. He gave me a splint and all that. Mom came, went to the doctor, got an X-ray, all that. They told me, it was pretty bad. Ended up in with a good surgeon. A few days later, had to get like 9 screws and a big old plate in my ankle. Uh,
Mm,
and I mean, it was just crazy. I've never been through something like that before. So for it to be like that big of an injury, it's pretty crazy to me. Uh, the rehab part was hard because I went
yeah.
from, I mean, it was they put like numbed it during surgery and all that. It was numb for like weeks. So like I had to get back to the point where I could just move my toes, and like that was a struggle. That hurt. Um, and then get into like all the mobility and all that was another big part where I mean I saw little progress every day. It didn't look like much, but got it to a good point, and then I mean like pretty much learning how to walk on it again. And I lost like
Yeah.
muscle mass in that leg, like it was so skinny compared to the other one. So that was the hard part though. Like once I got back, like I was allowed to go lift upper body. I mean I was in the
Hmm.
every day lifting upper body, getting pretty strong, but like once I finally got back to like being able to walk and all that and rehabbing, that was a really hard rehabbing because I was
Yeah.
so much weaker. My left leg, my right.
Yeah. That's hard to like before you were injured, the day you were injured, like you were at a certain point in your football career. And then that's probably dude, I literally had the same thing happen to me, except it was in basketball. And I got a plate and screws in my ankle as well. And it's just like, man, you get back out there and you want to go do the things you were doing before, but it's so hard to be patient, man. But obviously, right, whatever process you went through, man, right, it sounds like ultimately it ended up being a blessing in your life because you went through this, you overcame it, and it's not going to be the last time you're going to go through something in life. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you're aware of that. Not something hopefully nothing similar to that, but life throws curveballs at you every day. So just made you a stronger person, dude. And you can see that on the football field. Speaking of that, tell us your mentality, man, about playing offensive tackle. I always love getting football players between their ears, man, and wondering when you're on the field. I know you're thinking, all right, how's the defense lining up? What's the call? What am I focused on here? But outside of that stuff, what is your mentality? Hey, dude, I'm going to rip this kid's head off. Hey, I want to be a good football player. Like take us inside your mentality a little bit when you're out there.
I mean, I definitely just love moving another person, against his will to another. That's always been a lot of fun. Like my freshman year, I had a ton of fun with that because it really wasn't fair. Like my freshman year, our varsity line was stacked with a bunch of D1 guys, so get up and start for them. So I was down freshman with like I'm 6'5", 290 going up against little fresh. That was a uh, but yeah, my mentality is kind of just moving the guy against his will, finishing plays, and I just love when I make my block and I see the running back just sprint right by me, and I mean that brings me joy.
Yeah. Bro, have you ever What are some of the things other players? Because I know that in high school, you play football players that, and they're not going to go play college ball, right? They're just having fun in high school. So,
Mhm.
what's some of the things you hear from some of these guys? They just like give up, or they like, dang, dude, Sam, get the heck out of the way, bro. Leave me alone, man. Can you go to the other side or something? Like I can imagine you
Yeah.
hear all kind of stuff on the field, bro.
I would say so. Mainly, it's the like secondary guys, like linebackers and little like safety and stuff. Those guys are like, I mean, they're screaming "Get out the way" and stuff. So those are real ones that are complaining about it. But yeah, I mean, it's just fun.
Yeah, that's football, dude. Dude, I graduated high school at, I think I was 5'9.5", 160 pounds. If I saw a 6'7",
Yeah.
320-pound dude coming to me, you can forget it, bro. The lane is yours, my friend. The lane is yours. But let's dive into this a little bit, man. Going a little bit longer than expected, but having a good time here. Ohio State,
hmm
obviously from Ohio, dude, big time prospect. But when did they first reach out to you, and who was it?
Yeah. So they reached out to me my freshman year. I was uh I was a pretty good hooper. We made it to states, and I was playing very good. And My head coach, he's pretty good friends with Ryan Day, and like he's in with Ohio State and stuff like that. So I mean, during the state championship game, Ryan Day was calling my football coach, talking about who is this kid? You know, he gonna be good for football? Like what's he like? All this. So I mean, I guess at the end of the game, he called my coach one more time and made sure to let him know that he wants me to make sure I know I have an offer from Ohio State. But I didn't know that until later. I think the next week we went.
Mm.
Coach texted me like randomly, like one weeknight. He's like, "Yo, meet me in Hoban's parking lot like 5 a.m. or something crazy early like that." He's like, "We're going to Ohio State." I'm like, I just couldn't believe it because I was like, "Why am I going to Ohio State?" Like.
Yeah.
But I ended up going there. It's during the spring practice. Uh, I go through all that visit and everything, and then at the end of it, I have a meeting with Coach Day. I mean, I was so nervous. Like, I really didn't know what to expect and what was going to happen. He ended up offering me at the end of the meeting. So my first interaction with Ohio State was an offer just for me playing basketball.
Basketball game, dude. I can't even imagine that, man. Where did you get other college offers before that? Did you did you have that like exhilaration of experience in a first offer before that? Who was that, or
Um,
no? Was it Ohio State?
yeah,
Are you serious, bro? Oh my god! As a freshman?
yeah, crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know anything about offers yet. I didn't know anything about really college.
Yeah.
The thing I've heard is from like the older guys, talking about their offers. I didn't really realize at the time, but that was my first offer in college experience.
Now, did you watch college football growing up? And if you did, was it the Buckeyes? Did you watch the Buckeyes?
Yeah, it was always the Buckeyes. We have some family up the state up north, so uh during every time they play each other, we'd always come over to like our house or our grandparents' house, and they come down, and we'd always be rooting against each other. So yeah, it was always them.
Yeah. Dang, dude, I'd have loved to have been a fly on the wall. I seen the look on your face as a freshman.
Yeah.
Randomly, your coach says, let's go to Ohio State. You go get an offer as a freshman. And I'm sure that was like, I mean, take yourself back to the week before that. I'm sure that was the farthest thing from your mind. Like that was probably nowhere near you. You probably waiting on a cup, maybe Akron to offer or something. Nope. Here comes Ohio
Yeah.
State, bro. That's amazing, man. That speaks to the type of person you are and the type of player you are, man. You know how the Buckeyes are. Obviously, you're committed, so you know how much they value brotherhood culture. Just being a good football player will not get you an offer to Ohio State. It just won't, dude. They are super selective about what they do. So tell us about that, man. Give us a little insight on how your relationship developed with Ohio State, maybe some details on a couple of visits you went on, and where's your relationship at now with them in regards to Coach Bowen? Because you also had to deal with, different coaches, Coach Fry, then Coach Bowen. So maybe speak to that a little bit as well. What was that transition like?
Yeah. So I was recruited by Coach Fry for 2 almost 3 years. So I mean, I had a good relationship
Mm-hmm.
with him. Like really was thinking about committing it like pretty early to him, and then he came in one more time. Like the day before he was gonna leave to go to the Cardinals, and we had a great talk and everything. Like I thought everything was great, and then I seen Coach Day called me like the next day or something and said, he's going to be leaving. So that right there, that was a big moment for me. I was kind of like, like what's going to go on? Am I going to find another school to go to? Which I was looking at a lot of other schools, but Ohio State was always, my secret number one. So
Yeah.
that was big for me. But, once I met the new coaches, Coach Bowen, Coach Johnson, Coach Dickey, all those guys, they were just amazing people. And a program like Ohio State, they're going to get the best coaches. They're going to get the best people in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So, it really wasn't a hard decision because, I can trust that Coach Day is going to get the best guys in.
Yeah.
And they were the best guys in. And I think it's great having 3 line coaches. They all got different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull one of them aside, pick his mind and get, there's 2 more of them. So, it's really amazing that, I'm going to be able to work with all those guys. And, I just can't wait.
Yeah, even that decision itself goes to show you the type of Coach Day is, because that's not normal. Like, you're talking about 3 like head offensive line coaches. You know what I'm saying? I was always curious about that. Like, dang, man. Okay, there's 1 linebackers coach, but there's only 2 or 3 on the field. There's 1 defensive line coach. Sometimes I saw 2, but very rarely did I see multiple offensive lines, and that's like one of the biggest groups on the team.
Mm-hmm.
It is the biggest group on the team. It's like, why is there not more than Coach Day does this? So that's awesome, man. And good to hear, man. A couple more questions, get you out here, going over just a little bit, but I got to see your video when you committed, man. A lot of views, man. Take us back to that moment. Take us back. What made you pull the trigger that day? What made you? I was told you turned around and drove back. I was told something like that. But let's hear it from you, man. Of course, you know how Buckeye fans are. The story kept growing and growing and growing. But I would love to hear from you yourself. What was that moment like? Give us a few details.
Yeah. So, I was, ready to commit to the Buckeyes. I was, getting a little, I guess, tired of the, recruiting, all that. It was wearing me down. So, I knew where I wanted to go. I didn't want to drag it on any longer than I had to. So, I was ready to commit to the Buckeyes. I was on a FaceTime with Coach Day. And we discussed a few things, and then, I let him know I was going to be a Buckeye. So that was special. It was me, my mom. I think my dad was there. That was great. And then I kind of mentioned, like, I wish I, could have been there in person. And he was like, well, I'm the only one that knows, you can still come in and tell other guys. So, like, the next day we had it set up. So me, my whole family, I had my grandparents, a couple of my cousins, my immediate family, we all went down,
Yeah.
just walked in the building and then walked straight into practice. And, Coach Bowen didn't know, no one knew, just Coach Day. So, it was a special moment.
Yeah, it looked like it. Coach Bowen was absolutely stoked to see. When I talked to Max, man, he told me that like Coach Bowen was so easy to relate to, so easy to talk to. Is that how he is to you?
He's a very personal guy. And he's
Yeah.
relationship. So, like, he just kind of represents Ohio State. It's a brotherhood, it's a family. And he just made my parents feel great about him, him being my coach for the next 4 years.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, 2 more questions for you. We'll get you off here. I really appreciate everything you've shared, man. I love hearing these stories, especially knowing I'm about to watch you play football for the Buckeyes for the next 3 years. One of Charles in the chat, he wants to know, man, tell us Buckeye fans one thing about you that you think we would find surprising, maybe a hobby or I don't know. I know that's kind of an off the top question, and maybe you can't think of something. But what do you think would be surprising to hear about yourself?
A lot of people don't know I have a twin sister. So, yeah, I got a twin sister.
Yeah, you got me. Yep, that
Yeah.
is surprising. Yeah,
Uh,
is she 6'7"?
no, she is fine, an academic weapon. Yeah, she is
Ooh.
class president, mock
Yeah.
trials. So, yeah.
Dang, bro. Yeah.
Got
Got
her
a talented family in many different ways, bro. All right. Time for the most important question of the day. This is what the fans get on here to listen. This is the toughest question for all the recruits. They get nervous when I ask them, but they normally come up with something to say.
all
I'm
right.
being sarcastic, Sam. What is your favorite food, your go-to? Gotta have it. Anything in the world? Tell us the perfect meal, Sam.
Our go-to, I just had it tonight. Chipotle. Love Chipotle
Ooh,
bowl.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's hard to go wrong there, bro, for sure. Chipotle is where
I
it's at.
want 5 minutes away from my house too, so I'm always there.
You ever tried Moe's? You got
Uh,
Moe's in Ohio?
yeah, we got a Moe's. I haven't tried it though.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good. I like Moe's. All right, Sam. Appreciate you, man. Glad to do this interview with you, man. Everybody in the chat talking all kind of good stuff about you. Glad you ended up being a Buckeye. Like I said, that recruiting video, because somebody videoed it when you went in there, Coach Bowen's reaction. That was one of the highlights of the recruiting season for me. You being a Buckeye, watching your growth, watching you this year. It's obvious you're still on the grind, dude. It's obvious, hey, you ain't done nothing yet, right? This is the very beginning of the plan that God has for you in your life. So I'm excited to watch that growth and development. You got any final words for Buckeye Nation? Anything you want to add? Let us know. Or are you good?
No, I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, Sam. I appreciate you, brother. Maybe we'll try to get you back on here another time in the future. But on that, brother, we'll see you later. OH.
IO.
There we have it, Buckeye fans. Second 5-star in a row. Number 18 player nationally. Don't know if they've officially given him his 5-star yet, but the top 32 players, get their 5-star. Jay Timmons, number 29. Sam Greer, number 18. Go do me a favor, right? They have 4 other offensive line ranked above him. Go watch their film. Go watch Sam's film. Okay. This isn't Scarlet Glasses. This isn't, because he's a Buckeye. This isn't anything. This dude's the real deal. Sam Greer, Max, and one of his real good friends, Max, who's committed as well. He's about to win like offensive lineman of the year in Ohio. Those 2 guys, I mean, they're the real deal. They're going to be roommates when they get to Ohio State. So pay attention to those cats. They know what's up, man. They are big time football players. They are perfect recruits for Ohio State. As you can see, we had Max on here, just got Sam on here. Tomorrow, got another interview coming up. Eli Johnson, 2027 safety out of Texas. He is the number 1 safety on my board. He's the number 8 safety on the On3, 247, Con3, one of those places, but he's number 1 in my book. He will be at the UCLA game. A lot of smoke about him possibly wanting to be a Buckeye. Tune in tomorrow to find out more details. Everybody, appreciate you guys for showing up. Don't forget, hit that like button if you could. And don't forget about Scoop, man. We're trying to get up to that 37K. Do us a favor. Go grab a couple of family members. Have them get on YouTube and subscribe for us. And also go to the Buckeye Boys channel. Subscribe over there as well if you could. And go over to Apple Podcasts. Hit the like button on the Scoop for us over there as well. Hit the alert bell for tomorrow's show. I'm trying to keep you guys updated, get to know some of these guys. I know myself, I love to get to know these recruits who I'm going to be rooting for. It helps me put a better perspective on the game of football. And I like listening to them in person rather than reading quotes from an article. As you got to see, Sam, heard a lot of insight there. So love these things, man. Let me know. Do you guys like these interviews? Do you want me to keep doing them? I'm going to, just to be honest with you, because that's why I do this. It's my number 1 passion here on YouTube. I love hearing success stories, man. I spent multiple years working in ministry, and there were success stories. There were not success stories. And I just love, right, watching these young men grow, come to Ohio State, following their careers. It's amazing. Couldn't do it without you guys in the chat. Seriously, appreciate you guys showing up every single night. You guys got any ideas for shows, anything like that? This is a fan channel, so we welcome you guys to come on here. Shoot me an email at thebuckeyeboys@gmail.com if you got an idea for the show, something you want to see. Maybe you want to come on and talk about something. This is a fan show ran by y'all, trying to build up the subscriptions and views on the Buckeye Boys channel because I'm trying to give away a playoff ticket, man. I really want to do that. Everything that we make on the Buckeye Boys channel goes back into this channel. Everything. I do this for fun. So the money made from Super chats goes to help out homeless vets and Teen Challenge, the ministry, that introduced me to Jesus. And then any money that comes from like ad views on YouTube, it's not much right now, but it's enough to where I already gave one ticket away this year, went to the Washington game with the winner of that. And I would love to get the pot built back up because I'm not about to buy no nosebleed tickets to give away. Gonna have to build up a pretty big pot because I want some good tickets to give away. But on that note, guys, appreciate the heck out of you guys. Love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.